The universe, in all its immensity and grandeur, has always presented us with profound questions. Where did it all come from? What is our place in this vast cosmic arena? Are we alone? These questions are as old as humanity itself. The quest to understand the universe and our place within it is deeply ingrained in our very being. It's a journey that has driven us to explore, to discover, and to create. From the earliest cave paintings to the latest space probes, we are a species driven by an insatiable curiosity. This insatiable curiosity has led us down many paths, some familiar, others uncharted. But one path in particular has been a constant companion throughout human history. The search for something bigger than ourselves, a search for the divine. The concept of a higher power, a force beyond our comprehension, has resonated across cultures and throughout time. It's a universal question that binds us together as human beings, regardless of our differences. Why do we seek answers beyond the tangible world? Is it an innate human need hardwired into our very DNA? Or is it a reflection of our own mortality, a yearning for something eternal in a universe that constantly changes? Perhaps it is the very nature of our existence that compels us to seek meaning and purpose. We are pattern-seeking creatures, constantly searching for order in chaos, for reason in the seemingly random. And what grander pattern is there than the universe itself? The intricate dance of celestial bodies, the laws of physics that govern their movement, the very fabric of space-time. It all points to a profound order, an underlying intelligence. It is within this context, this intersection of wonder and the unknown, that the seeds of belief were sown. Our ancestors, confronted with the awesome power and unpredictable nature of the natural world, sought explanations for the inexplicable. They observed the cycles of day and night, the changing seasons, the life-giving rain and the devastating drought. These natural phenomena were both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a testament to forces beyond their control. To explain these forces, our ancestors began to anthropomorphize the world around them. They attributed human-like qualities and motivations to the sun, the moon, the stars, the animals, the very elements themselves. This marked the birth of animism, the belief that all things animate and inanimate possess a spirit or soul. It was a way for our ancestors to make sense of the world, to find a connection with the forces that governed their lives. This primal form of spirituality, born out of a need to understand and connect with the unknown, laid the foundation for the diverse tapestry of beliefs that would follow. It was the first step on humanity's eternal quest for the divine. Imagine a world where the line between the physical and the spiritual was blurred, where every rock, tree and stream held a spark of the divine. This was the reality for our ancestors, living in a world animated by spirits and unseen forces. For early humans, the sacred and the profane were intertwined. Daily life was a tapestry woven with rituals and ceremonies designed to appease the spirits, ensure a successful hunt, or bring about rain for the crops. These rituals, passed down through generations, were more than just superstition. They were a way of life, a means of connecting with the unseen forces that shaped their world and their destinies. The spirit world was not a distant, abstract concept. It was an ever-present reality, a realm inhabited by powerful beings who could influence the course of human affairs for good or for ill. Echoes in stone Göbekli Tepe. The echoes of this ancient worldview can still be heard today, whispered in the ruins of long-lost civilizations. Take, for example, the enigmatic site of Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey, dating back to the 10th millennium BC. It is one of the oldest known examples of monumental architecture on Earth. Here, massive T-shaped pillars, some weighing over 20 tons, stand in silent testimony to the ingenuity and spiritual beliefs of our distant ancestors. Adorned with intricate carvings of animals, both real and mythical, these pillars seem to pulse with a primal energy, a tangible link to a forgotten past. What rituals were performed in these ancient circles? What stories did these carvings tell? While the answers remain shrouded in mystery, Göbekli Tepe offers us a profound glimpse into the minds of our ancestors, a world where the sacred and the social were inextricably linked. It is a testament to the enduring power of belief, a reminder that the human impulse to connect with something larger than ourselves is as old as civilization itself. Pantheon of the Nile, ancient Egyptian gods. As human societies grew more complex, so too did their conceptions of the divine. In ancient Egypt, a land shaped by the ebb and flow of the Nile River, a pantheon of gods and goddesses emerged, each representing different aspects of the natural world and human experience. There was Ra, the sun god, who sailed across the heavens in his solar bark, bringing light and warmth to the land. Osiris, the god of the underworld, presided over the afterlife, while Anubis, the jackal-headed god, guided souls to their final judgment. These gods were not distant, unknowable entities. They were intimately involved in the lives of the Egyptians, their powers and influence woven into the fabric of everyday life. The Egyptians built magnificent temples and elaborate tombs to honor their gods, offering prayers and sacrifices to ensure their favor. Their mythology, rich with stories of creation, death, and rebirth, provided a framework for understanding the mysteries of life and the cosmos. When gods walked among us. In these early religions, gods and goddesses were not confined to the heavens. They walked among humans, intervened in their affairs, and even bore children with mortals. These myths, often dramatic and fantastical, serve to explain the natural world, reinforce social order, and provide a sense of meaning and purpose. Consider the myths of ancient Greece, a civilization that celebrated the beauty and power of the human form. Their gods, from mighty Zeus, ruler of the heavens, to seductive Aphrodite, goddess of love, were anthropomorphic representations of human emotions, desires, and aspirations. These stories, passed down through generations, were more than just entertainment. They were a reflection of the human psyche, a way of exploring the complexities of life, death, love, and loss. As centuries turned into millennia, human understanding of the divine shifted profoundly. The gods of old began to take on more abstract qualities. Philosophy sought to understand the world through reason and observation. Thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle explored higher concepts. Their ideas laid the groundwork for a more abstract understanding of the divine. From this melting pot of ideas and beliefs, a radical new concept emerged: monotheism, the belief in one universal God. This revolutionary idea, which would have profound implications for the course of human history, first appeared in ancient Egypt during the reign of Akhenaten. Akhenaten, a pharaoh driven by religious fervor, sought to overturn centuries of tradition by establishing the worship of Aten, the sun disk, as the sole deity of the Egyptian empire. He closed the temples of the old gods, smashed their idols, and declared that Aten was the one true God, the creator and sustainer of all life. Akhenaten's monotheistic experiment, while short-lived, sent shockwaves through the ancient world. It was a radical departure from the polytheistic beliefs that had dominated human societies for millennia, challenging the very foundations of religious authority. While Akhenaten's reforms ultimately failed, the idea of monotheism continued to simmer beneath the surface, waiting for the right conditions to ignite. And ignite it did, centuries later, in the deserts of the Middle East, with the emergence of a new religion, Judaism. The story of Judaism and monotheism is deeply intertwined with Abraham. Abraham lived in Ur, a bustling center in ancient Mesopotamia. He received a divine call to journey to a new land. This land, Canaan, became the promised land for his descendants. Abraham's journey was a spiritual odyssey, a leap of faith. He embraced a new covenant with God based on faith and obedience. This covenant formed the bedrock of Judaism, emphasizing God's singularity, a God who demanded justice, mercy, and righteousness. As centuries passed, the children of Abraham, now a nation known as Israel, faced numerous challenges. They endured slavery in Egypt, wandered the wilderness, and battled for the promised land. Guided by prophets chosen by God, they received messages of warning and hope. From Moses to Isaiah, prophets called for righteousness and justice. They denounced idolatry and injustice, urging repentance. Yet they also offered hope for a future of peace and renewal. The rise of monotheism shaped humanity's understanding of the world. And for centuries, the human quest to comprehend the divine has primarily resided within the realms of theology, philosophy, and spirituality. However, as science has advanced, it has begun to offer its own unique perspectives on the origins and nature of belief. Neuroscience, in particular, has provided fascinating insights into the workings of the human brain and its role in shaping our religious experiences. It seems our brains are not simply passive receptacles of spiritual information, but active participants in constructing and experiencing the divine. Through sophisticated brain imaging techniques, scientists have identified specific regions of the brain that become active during prayer, meditation, and other religious practices. These areas, associated with emotions, social bonding, and the feeling of self, suggest that religious experiences are deeply ingrained in our neural circuitry. This discovery raises intriguing questions about the nature of belief. Are religious experiences simply a product of our brain chemistry? Or are they evidence of something more profound? A window into a spiritual reality that transcends the material world? Evolutionary psychology offers a compelling perspective on the persistence of religious belief. Religious belief may be an adaptive trait from our evolutionary history, aiding survival. Imagine our ancestors in a dangerous world. Survival depended on cooperation and social norms. Religion fostered social cohesion and cooperation. Believers may have been more likely to survive and pass on their genes. Our brains may be wired for faith, seeking meaning and connection. This perspective doesn't diminish religion's impact on culture. Religious belief has evolved into a complex phenomenon, shaping our values and worldviews. Beyond the evolutionary advantages, religion also appears to fulfill deep-seated psychological needs. Theologian Blaise Pascal famously spoke of a God-shaped hole within every human heart, a void that only faith could fill. This void, according to Pascal and many others, represents our innate longing for meaning, purpose, and transcendence. Religion provides a framework for understanding our place in the cosmos, offering answers to life's biggest questions. Why are we here? What happens after we die? Is there a higher purpose to our existence? The belief in a benevolent God, a divine plan, or an afterlife can provide comfort in times of suffering, solace in the face of death, and hope for a better future. Religion offers a sense of belonging, a community of like-minded individuals united by shared beliefs and values. It can inspire awe, wonder, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. This psychological perspective suggests that religion, regardless of its ultimate truth or falsity, serves a vital function in the human experience. Religious rituals, often dismissed as mere superstition or empty tradition, may play a more profound role in shaping our brains and beliefs than previously thought. From a neuroscientific perspective, rituals are repetitive sequences of actions and behaviors that can have a significant impact on our neural pathways. Studies have shown that engaging in rituals, particularly those involving synchronized movements, chanting, or music, can lead to altered states of consciousness, heightened emotions, and a sense of unity and belonging. These experiences, often interpreted as spiritual or mystical, may be the result of neurochemical changes in the brain triggered by the ritualistic behaviors themselves. This suggests that religious rituals, far from being mere outward expressions of belief, can actively shape our internal experiences, reinforcing faith, strengthening social bonds, and even influencing our moral compass. They provide a tangible link to the past, connecting us to our ancestors and the traditions that have shaped our cultures and civilizations. Whether it's the rhythmic chanting of monks, the ecstatic dancing of Sufi mystics, or the solemn prayers of a congregation, rituals offer a powerful means of accessing and expressing our deepest emotions, beliefs, and aspirations. The relationship between science and religion has often been portrayed as one of conflict, a battle between faith and reason, dogma and evidence. However, this dichotomy may be an oversimplification, a false choice that ignores the complexities of both science and religion. Science at its core is a method for investigating the natural world, a way of understanding the universe through observation, experimentation, and rational inquiry. It does not and cannot provide answers to questions of ultimate meaning, purpose, or the existence of God. Religion, on the other hand, addresses the realm of the spiritual, the transcendent, the questions that lie beyond the reach of empirical investigation. It offers meaning, purpose, and moral guidance, providing a framework for understanding our place in the cosmos and our relationship to the divine. Perhaps rather than seeing science and religion as adversaries, we can view them as complementary ways of knowing, each illuminating different aspects of the human experience. Science can help us understand the workings of the natural world, while religion can provide meaning, purpose, and a sense of awe and wonder in the face of the unknown. From the earliest animistic beliefs to the rise and spread of organized religions, humanity's search for the divine has shaped our history, our cultures, and our understanding of ourselves. We've journeyed through time, exploring ancient temples, deciphering symbols, and uncovering the motivations behind rituals, all testaments to the enduring power of belief. As we've delved into the scientific perspective, we've seen how our brains may be wired for faith, how evolutionary pressures might have favored belief, and how religion fulfills deep-seated psychological needs. We've learned that religious experiences light up specific neural pathways, that rituals can strengthen social bonds and alter our consciousness, but rather than providing definitive answers, our exploration has only deepened the mystery. The more we learn about the brain, about evolution, about the nature of consciousness itself, the more we realize how much we don't know. The question of why we believe, of whether our beliefs reflect an objective reality, or are simply intricate constructs of our evolved minds, remains a source of endless fascination and debate. This journey through the origins of belief has been an exploration of what it means to be human. It has brought us face to face with our deepest fears, our loftiest aspirations, and our unyielding desire to find meaning and purpose in a vast and often chaotic universe. We live in an age where traditional structures of authority, including organized religion, are being challenged and reshaped. The rise of the knowns, those who identify with no particular religion, is a testament to this shift. Yet this doesn't necessarily signify a decline in belief itself. Instead, many are turning away from dogma and institutions, seeking a more personal, experiential connection with the divine. This shift is reflected in the growing popularity of spirituality, a more fluid and individualized approach to faith that emphasizes personal experience, inner transformation, and a holistic connection with oneself, others, and the universe. Spirituality is less about adhering to a rigid set of doctrines and more about cultivating a sense of awe, wonder, and interconnectedness. It draws inspiration from various sources, from ancient wisdom traditions to modern psychology and mindfulness practices. This eclectic blending of beliefs reflects a desire for a more inclusive and personalized approach to faith, one that resonates with the complexities of modern life. The rise of technology, particularly the internet and social media, has profoundly impacted how we connect, communicate, and even how we practice our faith. Religious communities now span the globe, connecting instantly online, sharing sermons, scriptures, and engaging in theological debates across geographical boundaries. Virtual reality technology is even creating immersive spiritual experiences, allowing users to virtually visit sacred sites, participate in ceremonies, and connect with others in simulated religious settings. While some argue that technology is leading to a decline in traditional religious practice, others see it as a tool for revitalizing faith, making it more accessible, engaging, and relevant to a digital generation. However, this digital revolution also presents challenges. The spread of misinformation, the echo chambers of social media, and the increasing polarization of beliefs are all factors that could impact the future of faith in the digital age. As we stand at the intersection of science, spirituality, and technology, the age-old questions about the origin and nature of God, the meaning of life, and the existence of a higher power remain as relevant and as mysterious as ever. While we may never have definitive answers to these ultimate questions, the very act of seeking, questioning, and exploring is what makes us human. So as you gaze up at the same stars that captivated our ancestors, consider this. What does belief mean to you? Is it a source of comfort, a set of moral guidelines, a way of connecting with something larger than yourself? The quest for the divine is an individual journey, one that each of us must undertake for ourselves. And in that journey, in the seeking itself, perhaps lies the true essence of faith.